It's a good idea.
Here we go.
There we go. All right, let's start the calling the meeting to order. Roll call.
Dan Troutline.
Sandy Butler.
George Harris.
Craig Campbell.
Tammy Bowman.
All right, we have a quorum. So, approval of minutes. Anybody move to approve the minutes?
I will make a motion to approve the minutes as written from the last meeting.
I will second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, minutes are approved. Okay, so old business. What do we got?
Do we have any old business? I think we just have new business. Yeah.
Just have new business? Okay.
Do you want to give them any update on the grant, just to kind of let them know what's up?
Oh, yeah. We are working with the clerk treasurer to get those funds dispersed. We have to have an additional appropriation signed.
Yeah.
So that'll have to be done by town council, and we're getting it on the special meeting agenda on the 28th. So then hopefully after that, it'll be as easy as just assigning them an account and then getting them their grant reward.
Fantastic.
So that's where that is. Did you have any
That's,
old business? Yeah, really, that's the only thing.
yeah, if you guys don't mind, I've got a little new business after our petition gets discussed. Just some updates on the Preserving Historic Places Conference, so we can talk about that at the very end.
Okay.
And is Paul doing Zoom?
Let's see. Yes, he is, and let me see if we've got him.
Here it is, okay.
Thank you. So this is. What is it called?
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's in here yet.
This is CPR. It's.
Does he's got the Zoom invite, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was there.
Oh,
he was?
I saw him as an attendee.
Oh, there it is. Okay. So can we do, there we go. So that'll allow him to talk?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
awesome.
So we've promoted him to panelist now.
I didn't realize that they owned that,
Got it?
Yeah,
that
good search.
part of the house, or that building. I had no clue.
Okay.
There it goes. It just takes a minute, I guess. Yeah, so the new business that we have is a demo on the garage at the funeral services at 201 East State Street. So in the presentation, you'll just see I put a few pictures in there that show where it is. It is kind of, you scroll
Let
down
me
on this, please.
share our screen. too.
Oh, okay. Probably. Is it this one? Oh,
That one?
exit minimize video and then do share screen.
Okay, there we go. All right.
Awesome. Can I drive?
Yeah.
Thanks. Alright. So this is the certificate of appropriateness application, and that's just to demo that back garage. You can see here it's just a little 2-car garage. If you have any questions or comments, Paul St. Pierre is here on Zoom, and he can answer any questions or present anything he may have. Paul, did you want to say anything or go ahead?
No, there isn't a whole lot on this. I just wanted to remove this garage. It's a little bit of an eyesore. We do not need it, and just trying to clean up the area a little bit. That's all.
And it looks like
So would you
it's
use the
on-
garage pad for additional parking back there, or?
You know, I'd like to create the parking in the entire back half, to be quite honest with you. I just haven't got that far yet. We've had designers or architects look at it to see what we need to do for that. But right now, we're just kind of taking it a step at a time. If I were to put any more parking back there, which is my long-term desire, at this point of the year, it would be spring before we would be able to probably move ahead based on the timeline of contractors and getting the needed bids that are there. But I clearly want to make more parking for our customers. It's been a long-term plan for us, and why we bought this building, 40 years ago. It just hasn't been done by my family to this point, and it is part of our long-term plan. But that garage would be in the way, and it would be kind of in the middle of any future long-term strategy. But the garage is definitely just something that we just don't need at this time.
that garage was built?
I think that garage was probably built pre-1970.
It was not original to that location by any means.
Do you have any plans for the house itself?
I plan on selling the house. My original plan was to remove it. The whole point for us buying it, back in the early 80s from Connie Bright, was to expand our parking lot. It doesn't seem like, even though it has shifted from its foundation, that doesn't sound like anyone wants me to take it down, and I was always willing to do so. So right now, my intention would be to probably sell the house itself.
Yeah, it's a beautiful home.
It really isn't when you go inside and see the foundation of it, and it is not in the shape that I would like it to be. Our family back in the 90s, as you know, and early part of 2000s, it was rented by O.C. Clark Tucker, and we didn't go in it for years. They maintained it. There's just a lot of structural in there that's a real challenge and an expense to anyone. So it is for us, our value is to provide, a quality size funeral home with handicap parking and accessibility that benefits the community. And our larger plan was to remove it because we wanted to make something a little bit easier for people to get in and out that are elderly. So, I mean, that was our plan for that building. The garage, if it were removed, we did anything with any parking in the back, we might be able to still meet some of that objective.
The garage is also encroaching, is that correct, on 2 properties? So if you wanted to sell off the Yellow House parcel, you would need to get rid of that encroachment.
As far as, I'm sorry, could you say that one more time, please?
Sorry. The garage is sitting across the property line, so it would make it more difficult to sell that parcel as is.
There are clear lines for the property that I'm sure everyone can get this obtained within the town of Pendleton. Yeah, it is challenging the way it was built.
Most of our old homes in Pendleton are challenging.
Yes.
I understand. Well, at the end of we're just trying to help clean it up and make it look better. And it's a matter. It's really easy for me to snap my fingers and say, this is what would be a really great way for us to use the property better for the community. But I think this is a good step at this point to remove this garage and and then we will proceed and looking at potential buyers for the house.
Sounds good.
So, do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the COA as written.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right. Done and done.
Alrighty.
All right. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Kayla, for arranging to get me on the call tonight. And thanks to all of you. Appreciate it.
All right. Good luck.
All right. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it.
All right.
Is he on?
You've got your business. Yeah, he's off the call now.
I need to watch that property. I got my eyes on that property.
My wife wants to buy it.
Okay, good.
No,
That's
she,
good.
okay, but I'm like, we're not done with our house. We can't do
I
that.
don't know if I would want to live next to a funeral home though.
I live, that's
That's
okay.
convenient.
Yeah. I just don't want that open space there. You've got the open space where the gas station's at, and then when they take the house
Yes.
down, I mean, it's just not feasible.
All right, so the new business I've got tonight is the CLG, Certified Local Government, which we are, allows us to get 2 free scholarships to camp and preserving historic places, the state conference. And both of those things count toward our CLG reporting, which means that I think 3 of the 5 of you have to attend a training session a year. So there's these 2 scholarships to attend both of those things. Or one of you can attend one and one can attend the other. I believe there's something like that too. But even after we use up those 2 scholarships, anybody in the CLG, which is all of our board members, staff, attorneys, we can attend half price for $25.
And
So,
what's the dates and where's, and what, where's
Camp
that?
is 9/21 to 22, and that's Tuesday and Wednesday in the morning, 8:30 to noon, and you have to apply by this Friday, the 17th.
Where is it?
All virtual this year.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
So they're hoping to have it in South Bend, once we pick up, in-person trainings again, but this year it's virtual, which is, you know, it is what it is. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not, but, and it looks, I mean, the agenda looks fantastic. I put the agenda in your Google Drives. Historic, or the Preserving Historic Places, conference is Thursday, September 30th through Friday, October 1st. And it also has a great lineup of speakers and really pertinent topics. I looked through it here briefly beforehand, because sometimes, you know, you think, oh, I've seen all these ideas before, I don't really need to go to this year's. This one looks really good. So I would strongly suggest attending. I know there was one segment on updating your local guidelines. There was another for properties that didn't quite make the bar into the National Register, stuff like that.
Okay. And what was the dates of the second one?
9:30 to 10:1. And you have to apply for that by September 24th.
Now, that's virtual too, isn't it?
Yes.
And where are they being held at? Here in here in this building?
You can even watch them at home on your computer.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yep, so, see, the instructions state to email, Jeannie Regandinius at DNR, and, I'm happy to go ahead and kind of gather anybody who is interested in attending. If you guys, do you guys, think we should pay for the reduced rate out of HPC fund for board members?
I think so, don't
Yeah,
you
sure.
all?
Yeah.
It's for us, so it should come out of ours.
Yeah.
But do we all have to attend 2 days? We could just attend one day, which is, or do we have to attend both of them?
You only have to attend, you know, however much you feel comfortable with. And a lot of these too, since they are virtual, they've been recording them and making them available after the fact, so a month later, you could go back and watch day 2 if you wanted to.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Okay.
I'd be interested in the second one.
Okay?
September 30th and October 1st.
Yes.
I'll do the camp.
Okay?
September 30th, what day is it? That's
Thursday.
Thursday. October 1st is a Friday.
Yes.
I do October 1st, I think.
What's the times on those? Did you say 9 to 12 or?
The second one, the Preserving Historic Places, is kind of throughout the day.
Okay, till 5, 4:30 or 5, okay.
Yeah, but the, camp is just in the morning.
Okay.
So I'll put George down for 10:1.
I'll do the 22nd, the second day on the camp.
Okay. All right, Tammy?
I might be able to do the second set of days, but I'm not sure.
Oh, I'll
Not
need
the
to
first
remember.
one, yeah.
All right, and then we'll talk and figure out staff coverage too, so. Yeah,
Awesome,
that
yeah.
sounds like a great deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what other information do you need from us then to apply?
I will go ahead and let Jeannie know how many of us are interested, and then maybe, you know, sometimes they even can get us a couple more scholarships.
Okay.
So that way we'll know, and we'll just handle that out of the HPC fund for you guys, so you don't need to worry about paying
Well, I mean, do we need to fill out any information
a
or?
registration or anything.
Yeah.
I will let you know if you do.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But if at all possible, I'll just handle it for you guys.
Okay.
Okay, well, at last GLC thing that
Mhm.
Denise sent out. It was probably a month or two ago. I signed up for the tuition break thing
Mm-hmm.
and never heard from, I didn't receive anything, and I'm sure I missed it. But I never got anything back, and so I forgot all about it, and then, you just mentioned this, I thought, hell, I forgot, I missed that last one. But I clicked on the link and filled stuff out and didn't get anything back, so.
Was that the 6 iconic houses?
I forget which one, well, it was, do you remember, it was the last one you sent out, it was probably 2 months ago.
Yeah, I think it was.
Okay.
And it was digital, or it was, online, so it was, I said, yeah, I can do it. Never got anything back from them about registering, so, no problem here, just, I didn't hear back from them on
I
scholarship.
had that happen the other day. I thought, oh, I just barely made it to a webinar, and then I couldn't figure out how to get into the darn thing. So, yeah, I'll see what, yeah, I don't know
Well,
what happened.
don't worry about it too much, but,
Uh-huh.
and maybe I didn't follow up it soon enough or something.
For this one, I'm sure they'll make it work. So you'll definitely make sure we've got our sign-ins and everything we need. I'm sorry
Right,
that
cause
happened.
will this be the last chance we get to do our GLC hours for the year?
Well, quite likely.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause we are coming up on the end of the year, and this is a big one.
Right.
So yep, hey, and if we're, we've got this much membership already attending, then we should be sitting pretty.
No, awesome.
Good.
Okay, cause I could do September 30th if we need it,
Okay.
so just keep that in the back.
All right, yep, I'll see what we can get, and yeah, just, Tammy, just let me know, and then I'll reach out to Kevin too, and, see if he wants to do anything, and, yeah, that's great. All right, oh, and there was a, one last thing in there, HPF grant, is open right now, and there was an email in there just showing how the funding ratio for CLG projects that are HPF funded, has shifted from 50-50 to 60-40, which is awesome. So that's 60% grant funded and 40% local. And CLG projects, for the HPF grant, sorry, lots of acronyms, they have got to be, nonprofits, or government owned. So it's great. Oh, yes, Tam?
Yeah, so that would be great for my office,
Mm-hmm.
but I've looked at the application and it's beyond my knowledge, I
Mhm.
think. So I will need a little bit of help going through it and seeing what I need to do if I'm to apply for that.
Okay, maybe we should reach out to Steve Kennedy together and kind of talk through it with him and, figure out what we need to do there.
Okay.
Cause he's a great resource too, and heck, I hate to say it, but they don't get enough. The reason he sends these emails out is because they do not get enough takers on this.
Yeah.
Okay?
What would we use it for?
Well, it has to be for like the Thomas Pendleton House, the Pendleton Artist Society is a nonprofit, a Carnegie Library that's publicly owned still would be a good candidate, or historic school building, town hall. That's how we funded
Oh, right.
this.
Right.
Yeah, so government or nonprofit, that might cover it though, as far as, that might be the full list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that might be. Yeah. All right, I will.
Good
put that
idea.
down here. All right, and that was it. I just wanted to update you
Awesome.
guys.
Thank you.
So, anything else? Don't wanna tell us any more about the wedding, or anything about tomatoes?
I'm not talking about tomatoes anymore.
What kind of tomatoes, like Romas?
Huge ones.
Okay, probably beefsteak, yeah.
Each one.
I mean, I picked one the other day. I couldn't believe it wasn't 2 tomatoes.
Yeah, my brother grows that type. Yeah, the bigger the better. I'm like, okay, great. It's good.
Yeah, like I couldn't just, they're so heavy, they weigh the whole plant down. And then if you're not out there the day they are ripe, then they go bad.
Have you got a good salsa recipe? That's the best way to go.
You were just talking about that.
She gives me all the tomatoes and I make salsa.
Awesome. Well, hey, congratulations anyway. That's,
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
all right, so if there's nothing else, do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion, second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, meeting adjourned. Excellent.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.